the standings. Missouri having lost 2 straight. Auburn 0-3 at home, but 3-0 on the road in conference play. And we are underway here in Como.
Missouri starting solid man-to-man pressure. Typical what Robin Pinchton does is starting man-to-man, switch everything.
Down on the post, Unique Thompson gets her first touch, but passes out of it. And there's a rebound for Amber Smith. Missouri's lineup, a little different as they start Sierra Porter for the 2nd straight game. And Jordan Roundtree starts her 11th straight contest for Missouri. Mizzou 7-3 in the previous 10 games since she entered the starting 5. And now a tie-up involving Jordan Roundtree right away. And Missouri will get it on the alternating possession.
And that's what Auburn does defensively. Active hands. They almost got a steal there. First possession down for Missouri. Ball gets deflected away, and they still have a way to get involved in the play, secure the basketball. They tie up a jump ball.
Missouri looking to get it in. There's Sophie Cunningham for the first time. Back to Lauren Aldridge. Missouri only 5 to shoot here on their first possession of the afternoon. It's Roundtree from the corner.
Big shot and a great pass from Sophie Cunningham, putting just enough touch over the top of the 2-3 zone, and a big 3-point shot from the wing.
Okay, Alexander Sanders, who is one of the leaders on defense for this Auburn team, known for its pressing and trapping, along with Crystal Prim and Unique Thompson, who has it poked away from her, right into the hands of Prim, spins, and can't quite score. There's a rebound for Sierra Porter.
Important game for Sierra Porter and Amber Smith from Missouri. They combined for no points at Kentucky. Got to do a good job working the paint, both on the offensive and defensive end.
Quick ball movement for Missouri. That's what they're known for offensively. Cunningham gets it back. Missouri's 2 for 2 from the outside to start this one.
Ben, great adjustment from Missouri. They put Sophie Cunningham off the ball. A 2-3 zone against Auburn, who's trapping the corners, but quick passes beat zones. Sophie Cunningham had her feet set, and she knocks down the 3-point shot.
She's averaging 16 a game in conference play and off to a good start. Missouri up 6-0. Deja Alexander to the paint, no good. Rebound tapped out. That did not touch the rim, so just 3 to shoot. McKay's going to have to drive and put it up. Got it off, but can't get it to go. And another rebound for Missouri as the Tigers of Mizzou are controlling the glass in the early going.
Excellent defense by Missouri. Gang rebounding, doing a great job of communicating and switching with help side defense. Excellent defensive possession by Sierra Porter.
Tigers of Mizzou feed the post, rotate it out. Smith drives. Porter has trouble. Late in the shot clock again. Almost stolen away. This is going to be a shot clock violation either way. And Missouri turns it over for the first time today. Terry Williams-Flournoy, become known as Coach Flo around the SEC in her 7th season. Previously the head coach at Georgetown. Over 100 wins at Auburn. Her team off to a good start in road play again, oddly. Undefeated on the road, winless at home. Victories at Florida, Bama, and Vanderbilt in a 20-point comeback in the second half in Nashville.
Auburn's forced 20 or more turnovers in 16 of 19 games this season. Shows their activity and their toughness on the defensive end. That's where they want to hang their hat, is getting turnovers and applying pressure to opponents.
Average 12.6 steals per game. Second only to Kentucky in the SEC in turnovers forced per game.
It's good ball movement there by Missouri. Jordan Roundtree's got to be ready for that jump shot. Auburn gets out to shooters. They do a great job of contesting.
Sanders drives, 15-footer. Nope. A rough start offensively for Auburn. They are 0 for 6 from the field to begin this one. Cunningham for 3. She's 2 for 2.
Look at the energy and the enthusiasm of Sophie Cunningham. Buries the three-point shot. She's fired up. Remembers the faces. You talk about championships and conference titles. She remembers the faces. I think that speaks a lot about what she represented, the character that she represented. And it was epitomized with her players. And now players that have moved on, played in the WNBA, are now coaching. They're continuing Pat Summitt's legacy.
And how many former players out there, former assistant coaches, managers, you name it, who either worked with directly Pat Summitt or somebody who played for, worked for her, who have coached AAU teams, youth teams, high school teams. It filters down.
And it's great for the game. And coaching is so much about trust and relationships. That's something that Pat Summitt took and valued. And she valued her assistant coaches. She valued her players. And she remembered everybody. And that's something that has to be said about her and how she was able to build that program and continue that winning tradition. It all started with people and it all started with relationships.
Missouri off to a 9-0 lead here. Tigers and Tigers. Mizzou and Auburn. Coming out of an Auburn timeout. As Auburn tries to get things regrouped here on the road. A dreadful start offensively. Now 0 for 8 from the field.
And then even back to Pat Summitt. These two teams, the first 5 minutes, they have played relentlessly hard on the defensive end. It's something Pat Summitt demanded of her teams at Tennessee.
Cunningham cross-court pass. Now in the corner. Cycle down low to Amber Smith. Wide open Sophie Cunningham. You can't lose number 3.
Absolutely. And a great play by Amber Smith, being patient, not lowering her shoulder. That would have been a charge. She takes one retreat dribble and makes a great bounce pass to Sophie Cunningham for the lay-in.
And now a steal for Levy. The speedy freshman goes to the rack. And she will go to the line.
Good attack from Levy. We go back to the previous possession right here. Amber Smith doesn't travel, makes a great, almost no-look pass on a dime right to Sophie Cunningham. And Sophie with a great catch, but quick to the glass, loads up, goes up strong, and beats the defender for the lane.
Smith coming off a game in that loss to Kentucky where she didn't score, only had 2 rebounds, and turned the ball over 6 times. Just didn't really get into the flow of the game. Robin Pinchton really tried to encourage her leading into this one not to let those negative emotions from Lexington get transferred into this game.
Well, and I would tell Amber Smith, too, she's been a lot more productive, scoring the ball, rebounding the ball. Obviously not productive in the game against Kentucky, had 6 turnovers, which is rare. But when you look at Amber Smith, she does all the little things defensively and offensively. She just has to continue to stay who she is and continue to stay confident.
Missouri all over the glass in this one. Out rebounding Auburn 8-3 now after that offensive rebound. And a chance to add to their 12-0 lead.
Those little effort plays, Ben, we talked about on the top, taking care of the basketball, owning the paint. Owning the paint is rebounding, getting offensive rebounds, giving your teams extra possessions.
Rebound there for Robin Benton. And now another steal. Levy motors to the basket again. Can't get it to go again, but another offensive board for Missouri.
Levy took ownership of that. She should have kicked that out.
Another rebound for the Tigers. And a tie-up. This will go to Auburn on the alternating possession. Well, gymnastics takes over the SEC network every single Friday night. This week, number 21 Arkansas and the 6th-ranked Gym Dogs of Georgia square off in Athens. That's at 7 p.m. Eastern, followed by number 9 Alabama, number 15 Missouri from here in Como. It's Friday Night Heights, also streaming live on the ESPN app.
Ben couldn't ask for a better start for Missouri on both ends of the floor. For Auburn, they're not getting anything out of offensive transition. Everything's been in the half court. And Missouri's doing a great job of sinking in the paint, not giving Auburn anything at the rim.
Yeah, Auburn averages 77 points a game. 26 of those points come off turnovers. So if they're not forcing turnovers, it drastically affects their offensive output.
And they want to play that up-tempo style of play. Force turnovers and play in transition.
And a foul called on the drive by Sophie Cunningham. The foul goes against Unique Thompson. That's her first. And the second team foul of the quarter on Auburn.
Missouri's done a nice job of making three-point shots early on in the 2-3 zone. They made the adjustment, putting Sophie Cunningham off the ball. But Sophie off the ball, she's also such a great player to cut to the rim, get herself open, move without the ball, something that players have to learn early on in their career, that they can score and impact winning by not having the ball in their hands. Sophie Cunningham is one of the best in the league at that.
She's got 9, so more than halfway to her SEC average of 16.1 points a game. 10th in the conference in scoring. We got 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. Auburn still hasn't scored.
It's the suffocating defense for Missouri. They're doing a great job of sending multiple jerseys to the defensive end. And how about Sophie Cunningham on cue from the corner, feeling it Sunday afternoon here in Missour Arena and getting the crowd involved.
She's got 12 of Missouri's 16 points. Down low to Thompson. Auburn still can't get on the board.
Gang rebounding, 3 white jerseys in the paint for Missouri. Sophie Cunningham comes up with the board.
Manu Tahai from 15.
The offensive efficiency for Missouri. Great ball movement. They're knocking down three-point shots, but they're also getting the ball to the middle of the paint. Open looks. Auburn's had some holes in their defense.
Alexander cut off in a steal. Two minutes to go in the quarter. It's an 18-0 Missouri run to start the game. They're 6 of 11 from the field. 4 of those 6 shots that they have made are threes.
Balanced offensive attack, doing a great job of beating that zone with the pass. Quick passes on time that are crisp and on target.
A whistle away from the ball here, and a foul called on Missouri. Sophie Cunningham is controlling this one.
And it's in transition. Levy with the eyes up. And we talk about Missouri in the half court, but they also push the ball in transition. But Sophie getting open, and how about the energy and the excitement she brings to the floor. Fans love her here in Columbia, and she's off to a hot start with 12 points.
Missouri, one of the best three-point shooting teams in the country. They have 4 3-pointers, so already halfway to their per-game total. We're only in the first quarter, folks. Finally, Auburn is on the board on a drive and score by Janiah McKay.
It's a good attack from McKay, something that Auburn was needed. Again, still a difficult shot. It's Auburn coming now in a 2-2-1 zone pressure defensively.
Looks like they lost Cunningham again. Luckily for Auburn, it's her first miss. On the floor, coming up with the loose ball and calling timeout is Sierra Porter.
Excellent play by Sierra Porter. On the floor, Auburn comes right at her, trying to get a jump ball, and she gets the timeout.
Well, the SEC's active lead for 12 points in less than 9 minutes.
It's not out of the realm of possibility. We've seen Sophie Cunningham have those type of games where she can fill it up quick. And in a game like this, the start that she's had, over 4 quarters, you don't know what she's capable of doing, scoring the ball. But she also does it in so many other ways, too, Ben, to impact winning.
Look at that quick ball movement by Missouri, and then the drive and kick. Haley Troop with an open look. Offensive rebound by Porter. Missouri is just killing Auburn on the glass. Smith finds an open Porter. She'll go to the line.
Long shots, long rebounds. When you're in a zone against a 2-3, you got to find shooters, but when the shot goes up, you also got to find a man to put a body. You can't block out airspace. You got to find a body. That's a great pass, too, from Amber Smith to Sierra Porter off the offensive rebound. And again, Amber Smith not scoring the ball, but a couple of great passes. One to Sophie Cunningham for a lane, one right there to Amber Smith to get her to the free throw line.
Missouri plus 10 on the boards, as you saw a moment ago. 4 rebounds for Porter. And Missouri up 20-2.
It's a great sign, too, for Missouri. Getting Porter going. Didn't score against Kentucky. Again, working her way back in. Didn't have any non-conference stretch. So getting thrown right into the fire in SEC play. A terrific player. The league knows her very well.
Brooke Moore, no good. Another rebound for Porter, who now has 5, which matches the team total for Auburn as we wind down the first quarter. Troop. Back across to Chavis.
Then Auburn making an adjustment now, going to more of a 3-2 type of defense. They were in a 2-3 for most of that first quarter, switching up and going to a 3-2.
Chavis from the corner. Good.
Now when it rains, it pours. That right corner has been on point for Missouri with Sophie Cunningham, and now it's Jordan Chavis from deep.
Missouri has drenched Auburn with 5 threes in the first quarter. 21-point lead. All Mizzou in the first 10 minutes of this one.
What a first quarter for Missouri. They set the tone. The crowd is loving it. So Missouri hit free.
And Robin Pinchon told her team this morning at shoot-around when they were discussing the pressure defense of Auburn, don't get sick and tired of throwing over the top of it. Don't try to do something else. That's what works. Stick with it. And the same thing can be said a little bit for throwing over that zone.
Absolutely. You can't make lackadaisical passes that float. You got to continue to put speed on the ball. You got to whip passes around the zone. The skip pass has to be there. You got to give time for your teammate to get open as well. Missouri's ran great offense in the first half, and Sophie Cunningham on cue starts the second where we left off the first.
Ain't gonna stop her today. She's got that look about her.
She does. And when she made that first shot in the first quarter, you could see her energy and her fire and passion to play this game. She is ready to go this afternoon, and it's rubbing off on her teammates.
15 for Cunningham, Missouri by 24 as we open the second quarter. McKay has the only field goal for Auburn. And a foul called, and we're staying right here as Sophie Cunningham started the game red hot and brings it into the second quarter.
Yeah, Ben, Missouri had a season-low 41 points at Kentucky. They're coming out today motivated. They look excited to be out on their own floor at home, and they're playing great basketball with great passing and shooting. Sophie Cunningham has set the table.
Crystal Prim, transfer from Duke, knocks it down for Auburn, and now they get to set up that pressure.
It was only a matter of time when Auburn brought that pressure. We saw the 2-2-1 half court defensive pressure, now going more 2-2-1 full court.
That's the thing about full court pressure, and you know this as well as anybody playing for Mike Anderson. You start the game 2 for 16 from the field, that affects your defense because you can't set up that press.
Yeah, and it's the fatigue factor too. Once you speed up teams, you get the tempo going the way you want to play. That can be a burden for teams to get their win back, get under control, if you will. And again, when you steal the basketball, all you need is a deflection sometimes. You can force turnovers that are unforced and teams beating themselves. That's something Auburn could look to do in the second quarter, is to apply more pressure, see if Missouri can beat themselves.
McKay drives and kicks. Prim into the paint. Nice head fake and the finish.
Prim, aggressive start to the second quarter. Both buckets right around the nail, around the middle of the paint area. Great shot fake and head fake to get Sophie Cunningham off her feet.
Prim's averaging 11 a game in SEC play as the Auburn Tigers try to get her going. Driving on Thompson is Porter. She pulls it back out, harassed by McKay. Now double teamed, and a foul is called.
Yeah, that's a heads-up play by Sierra Porter to split the double team. Auburn had a great trap, but they got to keep that space tight. They got to stay together. Right there you can see a little bit of a over-exaggeration from McKay. She gets away from that double team. You got to keep that tight. Sierra Porter splits it, and a foul is called.
That's McKay's first of the quarter on Auburn.
It's a heads-up play, though, from McKay. Sierra Porter is a big. She's in no man's land. You put the double team on. Great help side defense. You had a chance to get a turnover there.
Kira Levy had a couple of steals from Missouri in the first quarter. In the corner for Smith. Quickly down low. You see the active hands by Auburn. Driving is Levy. Cunningham. Got it again.
Her release is so quick. Her feet are ready. Her legs are ready. All she has to do is catch and go right into her shot. And if you do not have a hand up, she will make you pay.
18, I say. The
5 threes.
First 13 minutes of this game. Driving is Prim, and she draws a foul.
Ben, you said it earlier. She does have that look in her eye. It looks like she has that aggressive mentality. She knows that they didn't play well against Kentucky. What do great players do? When they do not play well, they lose the game. They're back home. They set the tone. They bring the energy. They bring the effort. They try to get off to a hot start. Sophie Cunningham has done that in this first half.
To the line, Prim, 74% free throw shooter. And not a lot going right in this first half for Auburn.
And Auburn just one three-point attempt that they missed. Missouri is really baiting Auburn to shoot outside shots. Missouri's trying to sink the paint, trying to take away dribble penetration, trying to take away post feeds. Prim's done a nice job at the start of this second quarter to find airspace, find open angles around the paint to get herself some short buckets and get to the free throw line. That's an excellent box out situation for Missouri. If you can box out Auburn and the ball bounces on the floor and you still come up with a rebound with nobody touching it, that's great boxing out on a free throw.
Missouri able to beat the pressure and ate up a lot of the shot clock, already down to 11 to shoot on this possession. Missouri really just started their offense. They find Cunningham, who shuffled her feet in the corner there and traveled.
Yeah, it's a good call, and Sophie knows it. She was actually going to shoot that shot. Missouri was trying to overload the zone. Auburn did a great job of adjusting. That baseline wing came all the way around to contest Sophie Cunningham. They found her. Good adjustment, and Sophie travels.
Almost a steal for Levy. Foul called on the freshman. She's been jumping the lanes in this first half.
Yeah, she has. I was just about to say, Levy's done a terrific job of applying pressure, ball pressure, but also doing a great job of denying passing lanes, making it difficult for Auburn to swing and move the ball to the other side of the floor.
Thompson has barely touched the ball in the first half. McKay knocks it down. She's got 4 now.
That's off the pick and roll, and if McKay can start to get aggressive, McKay can score the basketball, does a great job of getting in the paint. Right there, pull-up, mid-range, tough shot that was contested. She knocks it down.
Now the defense starts to swarm, and a foul called on the drive by Smith. That's the thing about being down 29-8. The style that Auburn plays, it can flip real quick. I'm sure you still have the words of Kim English.
Yes.
Stop, score, stop, score, stop, score, still ringing in your ears.
Yeah, and I remember the word plateau, right? It goes for both teams. Plateaus. Can you build your lead from 7 to 13? Can you build your lead from 13 to 19? The same thing goes with a deficit. You know, if you're down 21 points, can you get that down to 15? Can you get that down to 10? It all starts, you got plenty of time, but you got to build those plateaus.
Time wastes away quickly as Missouri continues to knock down those triples.
And Lauren Aldridge has shot the ball really well of late. Missouri doing a great job of moving the basketball, make the extra pass, and Auburn is just a step late in those closeouts. Missouri's made them pay.
Missouri is 8 for 13 from beyond the arc. Prim. McKay and Prim play catches. Prim now drives on Cunningham and gets a baseline layup.
Strong attack from Prim. Got just enough space on the baseline, went into contact. Smart play by Sophie Cunningham not to foul. It's a tough finish from Prim.
Extra pass, another 3. Oh, just in and out.
Good contest from Prim, too. Just enough to throw up that shot. Went full speed on the contest.
Pull up for Alexander, rebound by Cunningham.
And one and done again for Auburn. One shot, Missouri secures the defensive rebound.
Left Cunningham open again, misses again.
Might be the most wide open Sophie Cunningham will be all afternoon.
And she wraps up Prim there for a jump ball. This will stay with Auburn. 4:42 to go in the half. Missouri all over Auburn as the Tigers are running in this. Built from day one, getting the most out of your players is a lot more than just X's and O's.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's trust, too. And Robin Piston has the trust of Sophie Cunningham. Sophie's a coach on the floor. She's vocal, whether she's on the floor or off the floor. That's something Robin Piston has really been able to give Sophie over her time at Missouri, is a lot of teachable moments, but also the ability to coach young players and the ability to learn and continue to grow herself as a player.
Prim threw it away, but she traveled before that as Auburn tries to chip away at this 22-point lead. Missouri just red hot to start this game, 10 of 19 shooting, and 8 of those 10 field goals are three-pointers, and they've handled this pressure very well, although they haven't seen a ton of it because Auburn has struggled so much from the field, although they force a turnover there.
Yeah, and right there, that's a freshman mistake. Levy going towards the sideline. That's too much space to throw the ball across court. Lauren Aldridge is trying to get back into the play towards the Tiger. You almost have to work succinctly together. Two spaced out, errant pass, and a turnover.
Thompson hands off to McKay, who buries it. McKay now has 6.
That's been Auburn's best play. Dribble handoff, using the screen and roll at the top of the key and getting McKay open right there at that free throw line, right at the nail for that top of the key jump shot.
Lauren Aldridge Finds Akira Levy as Missouri looks for Sophie Cunningham. 18 of Missouri's 32 points. There's a three from Lauren Aldridge. Off the mark and a rebound by Prim. Crystal Prim. She and McKay are the only two who have scored for Auburn. 6 points apiece as Alexander rattles it home. More pressure here from Auburn as they back it off just a little bit. Try and set up that trap right around the midcourt stripe. Troop dribbles away. Finds Aldridge for an open three.
On point. Auburn running that 2-2-1 full court pressure. You got to beat it with the dribble, but you also got to beat it with the pass. And you got to stay succinct together. Lauren Aldridge gets rewarded with a three-point shot, but a great pass from Troop, too, to take a dribble, beat pressure, and find her open teammate in the wing.
Missouri 9 of 17 from beyond the arc. As that one goes down, 2 straight field goals for Deja Alexander.
It's a big three-point shot, too. Auburn needing a three-point bucket to go. It comes from Alexander at the 2-minute mark of the first half.
There's Cunningham. Quick pass to Troop. Quick release from 3 off the back iron.
That's one area for Missouri. They have shot the ball really well from three-point range, but their last 2 3-point shots early in the clock, they still need to continue to move the basketball and be able to play in the half court.
McKay drives, scores, and will go to the line.
Great attack. Able to beat the pressure, split the defense. That's the first defensive possession where Missouri has broken down in the paint. You can see right here, there's the pass top of the key where McKay's wanted the ball. Emmanuel Tahan's got to help right there. She's got to come off her player. There's a charge opportunity there. Instead, you give a wide open straight line drive for a lane and a chance for a three-point play.
And now, after that terrible start offensively, Auburn has connected on 4 straight field goal attempts. We talked about
plateaus
and trying to chip away at that lead. Well, now it's down to 16. It was almost 15 there. McKay had been able to convert the free throw.
Yep, 16-point game, still plenty of time. Got to chip away, but it starts with stops.
Missouri's largest lead was 24. Amber Smith drew the foul.
And that's a great job, too, for Missouri, breaking that 2-2-1 pressure. They've seen it now quite a bit in the full court. Amber Smith makes herself available at the middle of the floor, going to meet the pass. You beat pressure with passing the ball to the middle of that pressure and then attacking. Amber Smith did the right thing of going to the rim.
Well, later today, we got another big women's college basketball matchup for you on the SEC Network with number 15 Kentucky taking on number 24 Texas A&M from Reed Arena and College Station at 5 Eastern Time, 4 Central, live on the SEC Network, and you can always stream it live from anywhere on the ESPN app. Well, Missouri pumps the lead right back up. You really need a response here if you're Auburn. Have a strong final 2 minutes of the half.
Look how far Sophie Cunningham is sinking. All white jersey sinking to the paint.
Thompson has her first bucket.
Sophie a little late there too. Good post up there from Thompson. Got a great angle and gets the ball to the glass quickly.
Not just the first field goal for Unique Thompson, but just her 3rd field goal attempt. Missouri has just completely taken her out of this game.
Yeah, Missouri set the tone early on, and they've done it on both ends of the floor. They have played their game, and they have imposed their will on this game.
Nice look, just a little too high for Tahan, but in their effort to save it, it's out off of Alexander.
And Ben, we'll talk about leadership. Sophie Cunningham sees that pass go out of bounds, could have been a turnover. She immediately gets her team together to calm everybody down. The passes have been a little bit lackadaisical. They've been floated passes. They got to be crisper. They got to make better decisions and continue to play how they started this game.
Shot clock winding down from Missouri. Tahan out to Amber Smith for 3.
It's great basketball. Inside out starts with Sophie Cunningham making that pass to the middle of the zone. Again, there's the pressure, there's the zone. Find holes in that defense, and it's a kick-out pass. Amber Smith was ready for the three-point shot.
10 threes for Missouri in the first half. Sanders drives on Cunningham, got blocked.
It's just all basketball IQ from Sophie Cunningham. Knew she was going to get beat, so she comes over the top to block the shot.
Cross-court pass to Tahan, who shuffles the feet and travels.
It's a good call. It's the right idea from Emmanuel Tahan. Wanted to do the shot fake, shuffles her feet, but as Robin Pynchon is saying, swing that basketball, beat it with the pass.
McKay, baseline, gets it to go.
She's getting some momentum back. Being aggressive in this second quarter at the paint and at the rim.
She's got 10 to lead Auburn. Shot clock is off as we close down the half. Aldridge. Troop thought about it, holds on instead.
Smart play.
Now Missouri will wind it down for the final shot. Lauren Aldridge. Cunningham. Finds Troop. Troop's going to have to put it up. Cunningham at the horn. It's the Sophie Show.
Why not? Sophie Cunningham has had a great first half. Who they are controlling the paint and limiting turnovers, but offensively, the ability to make shots can really save a lot of things for you offensively and defensively. When you got the shot going, good things happen in other areas. They've shot it well, they've taken care of the basketball, and they've shared the basketball through the first 20 minutes.
They kept Auburn out of their famous pressure for much of that first half by shutting down the Auburn Tigers offensively. Auburn shot, ended up shooting 41% in the first half, but it was all Missouri, and now the second half starts the same way.
Amber Smith, great attack and good adjustment from Missouri. Auburn comes out in man-to-man pressure. They're not in the zone. And a great attack from Amber Smith to drive the ball, spin, and go up through the contact. She doesn't fade away from the contact, and she goes with her offhand, an area that she has continued to develop as that left hand. Soft finish for a three-point play.
And Missouri pumps their lead up to 23, but I tell you what, Auburn, after shooting 1 for 14 to start the game in the first quarter, they were 10 for 13, 77% in the second quarter. Looked a lot more like themselves, and it just shows you if they can get some more defensive pressure on Missouri and continue shooting well as Prim does there to start the third, they could get back into this ball game in a hurry.
Absolutely, and they made some tough shots too in that second quarter. They started to find that rhythm and momentum in the second quarter. I thought McKay did a nice job getting herself going as well, not settling for just jump shots. But if they can make shots like that, tough shots too that are contested, they can still find a way to chip themselves back in this game.
Got to contest a wide open three there. Pretty much everybody on Missouri's roster can shoot it from the outside, including Amber Smith.
Yeah, and Amber Smith, the message to her after Kentucky, continue to be who you are, continue to stay aggressive. She started the third quarter with plenty of aggressiveness going through the rim and finding her three-point shot.
And now she's got 11 points to go along with her 3 rebounds. Unique Thompson has been kept out of this game. Only 1 field goal. There's a turnover as they try to feed it to her in the post.
And miscommunication there, but again, it's Missouri sinking to the paint, shrinking that floor, doing a nice job of protecting the paint, limiting those passes.
Jordan Roundtree picks up her dribble, finds Smith flashing to the goal.
That's what Amber Smith's going to want to have back. She can make those great pass, great vision, slip in the screen.
Sanders and now Thompson. And now Alexander. Pull up. Might have had that shot slightly altered by Sierra Porter, who comes up with the rebound.
Great defense. Started with Jordan Roundtree going over the ball screen.
Smith runs the floor, finds Roundtree, who stumbled for a moment. They feed Porter, who's wide open.
Mid-range, mid-post jump shot. Sierra Porter reverse pivot. That's her game, right in that mid-range around the rim. She's had a nice afternoon as well.
Is Auburn having a hard time just following that quick ball movement of Missouri? Because it seems like there's always someone open.
And a lot of that is miscommunication, not talking enough on the defensive end, not knowing who has the ball. Am I in help side? Am I in one pass away denial? You got to communicate on the defensive end. Auburn hasn't done that as much this afternoon.
Missouri's got its largest lead now. As that goes out of bounds off of Cunningham, it'll stay with Auburn.
Ben, you bring up a good point. Auburn defensively, they're such a good team defending, getting steals, getting in passing lanes, but sometimes you can take yourself out of defensive position. You can gamble too much, and sometimes that puts the other 4 on the floor and your teammates, puts a lot of pressure on them to find shooters, to find those holes and try to recover defensively to take away options for Missouri.
McKay off the inbound. That's a 2, and she's got 12.
More pressure here from Auburn. 1-2-2 full court pressure.
Excuse me, that was Prim, and now she's got 10 to match McKay for the team lead.
And from 1-2-2 now to man-to-man. That's good communication from Auburn to switch their defense.
Missouri late in the shot clock. Smith, no good. Gets her own rebound.
Effort plays like that, something Missouri has missed their last 2 ball games. Amber Smith off to a great start in this third quarter.
She's got 13 and looking a lot more like herself here in the opening moments of the second half. Thompson hands off to McKay. McKay directing traffic, drives, and a foul is going to be called on the drive on Lauren Aldridge.
We look back at that Amber Smith attack here. She goes back to that spin with the left hand, the same place she got the three-point play on, but she stays with it here, missing front rim, no block out. Second, third effort to get the ball through the hole. That's something Missouri has missed their last two ball games.
She's got 8 points in less than 4 minutes to start this third quarter. McKay, pull up. Got it. She's got 12.
And that's what she wanted the previous possession too. That pick and roll action, clear out the right side of the floor.
And now here comes the pressure. Porter. And one.
Ben, the ball never touched the floor. All passes to beat pressure. The pass to the baseline, that's what you want to do against pressure, is get the ball to the baseline, and they get a three-point play. Unbelievable ball movement from Missouri. Touches every player in white, and Sarah Porter gets the benefit of a three-point play. Great unselfish pass, too, from Amber Smith.
Speaks to the point that Robin Pynchon made to her team in shoot-around. High passes, quick, move it around. Don't bounce the ball, don't dribble the ball.
The big piece of turnovers, too, is most of the time when you get pressure, you think your thought is to dribble, to beat the pressure, try to attack. And in some cases, yes, you do want to put the ball on the floor, but most of the time, you want to get the ball out of your hand as quick as possible so you can try to continue to advance the ball into the front court and into transition.
Defensive pressure by Sophie Cunningham that time forces an Auburn turnover.
For as good as things have gone for Missouri, Auburn has had those hiccups, those errant passes, those unforced turnovers that when they watch the film, they're going to be upset with themselves because they know those are little plays that they can correct.
Cunningham to Smith. She'll pull up. Rebound off the foot of McKay, and I think we're going to have a correction here as Sierra Porter pleads her case, and the official who was on the other side saw it from the same angle I did, and they changed the call. Missouri keeps the basketball.
It's good work from the officiating crew to get that right. A bad angle from the baseline official, so the sideline official comes in and corrects the call. That's the right call right off the foot of McKay.
Into Smith. She gets cut off and double teamed and tied up. And a timeout was called by Missouri, so they'll keep the ball. Missouri continues to build the lead. They're up by 27 midway through the third quarter.
This is in the offseason, into the season. Games are much more intense. Everything is just a notch higher. It's a notch faster when you go from high school to the college game. And I love that Pat Summitt quote. I'm just going to outwork you. That's simple. And that's such a great quote and something that Auburn lives by.
And it's so relatable because it's something that anybody can do.
Yeah.
The word talent was not anywhere in that sentence, was it?
I don't think we've heard the word talent to describe Pat Summitt at all. She had great teams, but never do you talk about talent. You talk about how hard they play.
Look at the effort by Sierra Porter pulling in that rebound. She's got 7 boards now as Missouri is doubling up Auburn on the glass.
So great to see 21 back in a Missouri uniform. I know Robin Pynchon and Sophie Cunningham are excited about it as well, knowing how many games they have played together. Sophie and Sierra back to high school days. How about that pass?
There's always someone open today for Missouri, and they've done a good job of finding him. That time it's Jordan Roundtree.
Patience on the offensive end, putting the ball on the floor. Not a lot of pressure, but just a great job of keeping the eyes up and making that diagonal pass to a cutting Roundtree for the lane.
Buddy Mizzou's got 16 assists on 19 made field goals now as they lead by 29 with 4:22 to go in the third quarter. Sierra Porter doing the dishing, and Jordan Tree finishes it off for a Missouri team that's running away from Auburn.
Making herself known, and then Amber Smith, extra effort, getting offensive rebounds, stick backs, those little effort plays has really benefited Missouri today, and it's been a good adjustment.
Tigers have out-rebounded the Auburn Tigers 25-13.
Another area to look at too, Ben. Auburn was plus 10 points in the paint. Missouri has got that now down to plus 2 Auburn is. So Missouri did a nice job in this third quarter, getting back to scoring the ball in the paint. A lot of that has to do with Amber Smith.
Once again, good ball movement against the pressure. Bacon drive by Levy. Out to Cunningham. In and out. Would have been her first points of the second half, as it's been all Amber Smith for Missouri offensively in the third quarter. You have to be active if you're the opposition against this Auburn team, as they are so aggressive defensively.
Yeah, you look at Sophie Cunningham too. She missed the three-point shot. The next possession, she was wide open there in the wing, and she gave it up. Right here trying to cut without the basketball. A lot of contact. Got to jump to the ball when you're a pass away.
And the foul was on Brooke Moore, but Missouri turns it over. Akira Levy stepped over the inline trying to inbound. Freshman mistake.
Yeah, it was a good play by Auburn too, actually. Levy thought she had a wide open pass. Auburn jumped the lane. And she always was taking that step. It's easy for point guards to do, leaving their feet to pass. You can't leave your feet until you're ready to make a pass.
So Auburn now needing a run to get back into this one. They trail by 27. There's 3.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Moore, the pull-up, hit it.
Big shot too. That's from deep. Levy had her hand down, and Moore makes her pay.
Auburn shooting 50% this quarter after shooting 76% in the second quarter. So they've really turned it around offensively since that dreadful start. Missouri had already built a 20-point lead by that point. Roundtree. Good defense that time by Erica Sanders, who's really the defensive catalyst for this Auburn team.
Heads up play too. She was beaten off the dribble, so she went over the top to block the shot.
And there's Prim, the miss, offensive rebound, and put back by Unique Thompson.
We haven't heard her name a lot this afternoon, making her presence there with the offensive rebound and stick back.
That's just her second basket. Smith trapped, in trouble. Passes it to Cunningham, but it's stolen by Thompson, and then Cunningham with maybe a frustration foul there.
Yeah, and right there, it's Missouri. They throw the ball ahead. Auburn doing a nice job of trapping right at the half-court stripe, right down the line to force the turnover on Amber Smith. She can't retreat that dribble because she puts herself in a tough position. Aaron pass, and yeah, Sophie, I think, extending that right foot.
As Cunningham's second foul, third team foul on Missouri in the quarter. A 7-0 run for Auburn. They've trimmed the lead to 22. Missouri's led by as many as 29 in this half.
With Auburn's ability to steal the basketball and also able to steal the ball, keeping it live ball turnovers to go down in transition, they can make long runs. They're on a 7-0 right now, 7-0-1 right now. But they can continue to build that if they continue to play tough defense.
Moore with the floater, and it's down to 20.
It's a beautiful take. Deep three-point shot, and then uses the pick and roll to get to the rim for a soft scoop floater.
Cunningham against Alexander, bowls over her, and a blocking foul called on Deja Alexander. That's her third personal. Remind you, gymnastics takes over the SEC network each and every Friday night. This week, another top 25 showdown. Number 21 Arkansas and the 6th ranked Gym Dogs in Athens at 7 Eastern, followed by number 9 Alabama and number 15 Missouri right here in Columbia Mo. Friday Night Heights, live on the SEC network and streaming live on the ESPN app. Cunningham put on a show in the first half. She is scoreless here in the third quarter as Auburn has scored 9 straight, trying to get back into this one.
Auburn's doing a much better job in the second half of applying more pressure from Sophie Cunningham, both on the ball and off the ball. They're not allowing her to get open catches.
Now the fouls are piling up as Prim is whistled. And that's 5 on the Auburn Tigers in the quarter, so Missouri will go to the free throw line. It's Sierra Porter.
That's not uncommon. Auburn has a large deficit to make up here, so they're bringing that pressure, whether it be 1-2-2 or 2-2-1, and they're trying to get in passing lanes, they're trying to slap at the ball. Missouri's got to be strong with the basketball, be able to pivot, shin the basketball. Sierra Porter did a nice job right there of shielding off the contact. Foul's called, she goes to the free throw line.
Missouri's handled it well, and Auburn has only 4 steals today. They average over 12 a game. And Missouri's only turned the ball over 10 times for an Auburn team that is used to forcing about 22 turnovers a game. So you can tell it's taken them out of the way they want to play. It's made them uncomfortable.
This Missouri team, too, had 20 turnovers their last time out. Team that's got to take care of the ball.
Brooke Moore from the outside. Now she's in double figures with 10.
She's had 8 straight, couple threes. The floater, aggressive with her jump shot. She's got extended range.
The lead from 29 to now 19, and Moore with the steal and the foul now on Aldridge.
Ben, what's the adjustment here? We saw Missouri beat pressure where they didn't even dribble the basketball and got Sierra Porter a three-point play right here. This is all dribble, dribble, dribble. Lauren Aldridge trying to beat it in isolation. She loses the basketball. It's an errant dribble. Yes, it's a turnover. She's going to be frustrated about that, but I'd still like to see Missouri come back and help her out. She's the only player in the backcourt. You got to give her some help for that release valve pass.
Moore heating up, puts it up again. It's off the back iron. Battle for the loose ball and a whistle. Who's the foul going to go against? We're staying here, says the baseline official. The foul on Missouri. Nope, going the other way.
That's definitely a heat check there with Moore. Good contest for Missouri, and Sophie Cunningham doing a nice job of competing for that basketball. Long shots, long rebounds. That ball's hanging in the air. You're blocking out, but it's a contested area. She's able to get to the free throw line.
Foul went on Prim, and that is her second, and it will send Sophie Cunningham to the foul line. Cunningham is 78% free throw shooter this season. Jordan Chavis coming in. Just a minute 13 to go in the quarter as Lauren Aldridge gets a rest. There's Sophie Cunningham's first point of the second half after scoring 21 in the first.
She does what shooters do. She missed that first free throw, and she started practicing her form without the ball, and she brought her elbow back in tighter towards her rib cage, if you will, keeping that elbow in. She didn't waste any time. One dribble right into her free throw.
McKay to the rack, no good. Out of bounds, off Auburn, Missouri ball.
Expect a lot of pressure if you're Missouri. You got a whole fourth quarter ahead of you. You're up 20. You're going to get a lot of pressure. Different defenses right here face guarding man-to-man pressure.
Missouri hasn't scored a field goal in nearly 4 minutes as they get it up floor, but an errant pass off the fingertips of Cunningham.
That's what you can't do right there. Again, right when Jordan Chavis got the basketball, Sophie Cunningham, Amber Smith, they start leaking out. Auburn sees that, and they go back to apply that pressure. That just space right there. Chavis puts a pass. Sophie Cunningham is open, but it's a tough passing angle, and it forces a turnover.
McKay to the paint, to the hoop. An 18-point game. Remember, this is an Auburn team that came back from down 20 in the third against Vanderbilt to win it in the waning moments. So this one's not over yet.
Not over yet, and Auburn doing a great job of changing their pressure in that full court man-to-man. They went face guard one possession right there. They try to trap the first pass. They take away the release pass. And right there, great job from Troop to do a nice job of keeping the dribble alive, but also being strong with the basketball to keep the handle tight.
Missouri now 11 for 15 from the line as a team as Troop missed the first. Gets the second. As Auburn can hold for the final shot of the quarter if they want to, and it looks like that's what they'll do as McKay slows it down. Moore has caught fire here in the third quarter. What was once a 29-point lead is now a 19-point lead. Auburn hoping to trim it some more here. Down to 1 second in the quarter. Moore tries to dish, but they run out of time.
Ran out of time. Ball screen didn't come soon enough. Missouri doing a great job in the third quarter of beating pressure, but Auburn has started to bring more pressure late, trying to chip away. Attack from Auburn attacking. Missouri still has the night.
With the Auburn Tigers shooting 64% since. There are 3 Auburn Tigers in double figures, 10 for Moore, 10 for Prim, 14 for McKay, and they are trying to get back into this one. It's still a 19-point lead. Missouri's led by as many as 29. That almost got stuck. Offensive rebound, the putback no good. Another offensive board, and the stick back for Kaye White.
White staying with the play right there. Amber Smith did not box out. She just tried to out jump for the rebound, and she was pinned underneath a glass. Another offensive rebound and stick back.
All right, so they reach another plateau, as you say. It's 17. Let's see where we go from here. Quick ball movement. Cunningham answers right back from Mizzou.
And that's a veteran play from Sophie Cunningham. She went and got the basketball. No more playing around, right? They turn the ball over at the end of the third quarter. She just takes it, goes coast to coast, makes one pass, and gets a layup.
Quick shot and the rebound by Missouri. Tigers continue to control the glass, out-rebounding Auburn 29-17.
This is the right adjustment from Robin Pitchin. Sophie Cunningham started the game as the primary ball handler. She went off the ball. Now the last two possessions out of the timeout to start the fourth quarter, it's Sophie Cunningham bringing the basketball up.
Cunningham with 21 in the first half, 3 points in the second half. Almost 3 more. It's off the front of the iron. Foul called on Missouri.
Open look, too, from Sophie Cunningham. But I was just going to say, Sophie was red hot in the first half, making 3-point shots. She's missed her last 3, and those 3 misses have been short. A lot of that can be fatigue. She plays a lot of minutes for this team. Those 3 misses, that one from deep, a shot she usually makes. Open look has been short.
She's played 30 minutes tonight. She's barely sat. As that last foul goes against Amber Smith, her second. First team foul of the quarter on Missouri. McKay. Sanders drives and kicks. Moore. Off the back iron, rebound by Smith.
Good rebound there from Amber Smith. Again, long shots, long rebounds. Good contest on Moore, who was hot in that third quarter.
Foul on Auburn. Goes against White, I believe.
Important for Missouri here. 8 minutes and change. You got a comfortable lead. Execute, run clock, make good passes, go and meet passes.
And shot altered by Roundtree. Foul was on White a moment ago. First team foul of the quarter. McKay runs. Aldridge guarding her. McKay drives again, winds her way to the hoop. And another rebound for Amber Smith, who then draws a foul. Smith with 6 boards to go along with her 13 points.
And I hope Amber Smith's okay. She took a shot right to the rib. Might have got the wind taken out of her.
More the pressure from Auburn. Cunningham stops, looking for a pass. Gets it to Lauren Aldridge. Now Missouri able to get into their offense.
Auburn back to the zone. Starts in a 1-2-2, becomes a 3-2.
Trying to feed the middle. Now a tie-up between White and Porter. Jump ball, and Missouri has the arrow, so they'll keep possession.
And those type of changes in the defense have been really impressive from Auburn. They showed a 1-2-2. They dropped to what looked to be a 2-3, then it's a 3-2. And that throws off Sophie Cunningham, who expects Sierra Porter to be open, but there's no passing lane there because the defense shifts.
Just 7 seconds on the shot clock, so Missouri's going to have to go quickly here. Aldridge finds Cunningham with 3. There's a whistle as Cunningham missed the shot. Let's see what the call is away from the ball. They're walking the other way, so it must be a foul on Missouri. And it's on Sierra Porter.
Yeah, they're going to get Sierra Porter, I think, for a legal screen. Trying to get Sophie Cunningham open possibly. Well, she's open, trying to post up there. Extends that left arm. That's where the call is. Good call from the baseline official. Can't extend that elbow.
First personal foul on Porter. Crowd comes to life. Auburn hasn't scored in over 2 minutes. They'd like to snap that here. McKay. Sanders back out to McKay. McKay worked her way to the basket. Couldn't get a good shot. And that went out off of Missouri, so Auburn will keep it. They've got just 6 seconds to shoot.
Good attack from McKay. That's great defense by Missouri. Amongst the trees, if you will. McKay driving baseline, keeping her dribble alive, but puts herself almost in no man's land. She's in the restricted area, and she doesn't have a real good angle at the rim.
Fouled on the corner shot.
Have a baseline set. Dribble handoff. It's a tough call, but Lauren Aldridge with the contest. You always want to look at the feet, too. You cannot be in the area of a shooter where they are landing those feet. Got to give them space.
Neither team has scored in over 2 minutes. Been a cold fourth quarter for both sets of Tigers.
Both defenses have been good so far in this fourth quarter.
Well, today we got another big-time women's college basketball matchup for you on the SEC Network as number 15 Kentucky takes on 24th-ranked Texas A&M from Reed Arena in College Station. That's at 5 Eastern, 4 Central, right about the time this one finishes up. You can watch it live on the SEC Network and always stream it live on the ESPN app. They're just 1 of 3 at the line for McKay. He was an 83% free throw shooter coming into this one. Levy able to beat the press, but McKay's all over her. Finds Cunningham.
Pressure that position from Auburn was relentless.
Late in the shot clock. Down to 5 and a turnover. Prim in transition. Levy knocked it away from her, committed the foul.
That's excellent defense from Auburn. The full court pressure was great because they play defense, they apply pressure, but they don't pick up cheap fouls. They make Missouri work for everything, and then they end up forcing a turnover just from their pressure. See right here, Sophie Cunningham makes the pass to Roundtree. The ball pressure is great. The stunting is great right there. Great help side defense from Alexander coming to the back side, and then Levy trying to go steal the basketball. Freshman trying to go make a play, but a reach and foul. It's an easy call.
And the great thing about it, the way they play, the relentlessness. Arkansas basketball fans have seen this for years, from Nolan Richardson to Mike Anderson. It doesn't stop at midcourt. Oh, we beat the press. We got across midcourt. Guess what? It's not stopping.
Absolutely. You think when you pass that half-court stripe that you've beaten the pressure. When you really haven't, that pressure's still coming at you.
Foul called on Missouri. Crowd can't believe it. Neither can Robin Pinchton.
I think they're going to call Sierra Porter.
Not entirely sure how that's a foul on Sierra Porter.
Yeah, I thought it might have been on the shot. There's still nothing there, but even going for the rebound, she goes up with 2 hands. There's nobody really in the vicinity of her.
For Kaye White, as Robin Pinchton and Sierra Porter continue to plead their case.
Yeah, I think Robin Pinchton wants Sierra Porter to stay out of the conversation too, just in case.
The free throw struggles continue for the Auburn Tigers, who are now 3 for 9 from the line as a team. Robin Pinchton getting her thoughts in a little less emotionally than Thursday night when she got a technical foul at Kentucky.
Yeah, and when you have this big of a lead with 6 minutes to go, you want to make sure you're not doing anything that gets you that technical foul. Yeah, you're a coach. You want to be able to talk to an official, see what that foul is. Your player wants to know what she did wrong. You want to be able to coach your player to tell her what she did wrong. There's not much there. You wonder what that explanation might have been.
Well, the biggest thing for Missouri right now, protecting a 17-point lead, you do not want to hand more free throws to Auburn to give them the chance to score points without the clock moving.
And you want to be able to break pressure. You still want to be focused on the things that are going to win you a basketball game when you have a comfortable lead.
Levy almost lost it, but she's able to keep control now. She's hounded, and it is a turnover. 15th turnover by Missouri today.
A lot of those are from over-dribbling. Right there, Levy breaks the pressure, but as you talked about it, Ben, they break the pressure, but the pressure's still there. You got to pass the ball.
Crystal Prim unable to get it to go. Sanders tracks down the 50-50 ball. McKay for 3, in and out. And the rebound by Hannah Schutz.
Great box out from Hannah Schutz.
Chavis in transition. Looking for Smith. Smith double teamed. Quick rotation. Corner 3. Hannah Schutz. And it was 1-on-4 down there in the paint. Amber Smith draws a foul.
Great activity from Amber Smith. Being physical, trying to fight for that low post positioning. Long shots, long rebounds. Possession stays with Missouri just by her activity.
Third team foul of the quarter. It goes against McKay, her 3rd personal.
Back to that 3-2 zone from Auburn.
And Missouri happy to slow things down and kill some clock here. shoots, passes out to Levy. Levy in trouble. Cunningham was open.
Great pass from Levy. She almost missed the angle. Sophie Cunningham with a great dive cut. She was wide open. Levy missed her the first time, but she spins back, makes a beautiful bounce pass in a tight window, and Sophie gets a lane.
That's the second time that Auburn has lost track of Sophie Cunningham, and Cunningham's made him pay with a wide open layup. But Alexander responds with a three.
Quick three-point shots early in the possession, knocks it down, and gets a chance to set your full court pressure.
16, I believe, is the closest that Auburn has been in the second half.
Give Auburn credit, too. Struggled in the first quarter, only had 2 points in the first quarter, but the rest of this game, they have competed on both ends of the floor. They've struggled to make shots, but they're still trying to find that rhythm and momentum.
Cunningham for three. A rebound by Unique Thompson. McKay. To the trailer Prim. Crossover. Banks it off the glass.
Might have gotten away with a travel.
And Sophie Cunningham might have taken an errant hand to the face.
Coaching and the product that she put on the floor in Knoxville, but as we've shown so much this afternoon, it's all about the players she coached, the people she impacted, both on and off the floor.
McKay the steal, and she'll go to the line.
And the product that she put on the floor in Knoxville, but as we've shown so much this afternoon, it's all about the players she coached, the people she impacted, both on and off the floor.
McKay the steal, and she'll go to the line and attempt to trim this to a 12-point lead.
It's a huge turnover out of the timeout. Errant pass right there, and again, Missouri out of sorts. They got two players in the same spot. Good job by McKay to come in and get the steal, go right to the rim right after the steal.
McKay's got 15 to lead Auburn, make it 16.
Now, Ben, that's plus 19 points off turnovers for Auburn, 20-1. So they're doing a nice job of continuing to play their brand of basketball, force turnovers, and inch back into this game.
Rebound by Smith. An Auburn team that averages just about 26 points a game off turnovers. As you mentioned, they're at 20 now. Driving is Smith, can't get it to go. Thompson the rebound. And now a foul on Cunningham. Missouri is over the limit, so more free throws for Auburn. We talked about it a little while ago. The Missouri, you don't want to give Auburn all these chances to cut into your lead without the clock moving.
And the 20 seconds have gone off the clock since our last media break, and Auburn gets the turnover. They get to the free throw line. Missouri breaks pressure. They go right to the rim. They don't run any clock. They miss a layup. Auburn gets the rebound, a foul, and they go right to the free throw line. No clock is run. And Auburn's got a chance to get this to an 11-point game.
And the Auburn Tigers have not shot well from the line today, but they got a chance here in the last 3:48 to turn that around. Use it to their advantage. McKay once again to the line. She's an 83% free throw shooter. She hits both of those. It's an 11-point game, partner.
11-point game, and now even more pressure. 2-2-1. Face guarding. Auburn doing a great job of applying pressure over the last 10 minutes to force Missouri into turnovers.
Aldridge to Cunningham to get across the timeline. Well, you know, the other thing that does is take time off the shot clock. Missouri was at 20 seconds before they even started their offense due to the pressure.
A lot of standing for Missouri.
Tigers with just 5 to shoot. Chavis, Aldridge from the corner. Loose ball into the hands of Alexander. She pushes tempo. Alexander thought about it. Goes back to McKay for three. What a huge triple for Janiah McKay. Timeout, Missouri. Auburn's right back in this one. They're down just 8.
And it's been a
4 turnovers in the last 6 minutes for Missouri, as Auburn's pressure is starting to heat up Mizzou.
Sophie Cunningham's got to go back to the basketball. Dangerous pass.
She's able to come down with it. Aldridge now with under 3 minutes to go. Once again, Missouri getting into their offense late. We're down to 15 on the shot clock here for Missouri on this possession. Chavis on the wing. Smith, Aldridge. 5 to shoot. Cunningham drives on Thompson. Down to 2. Chavis at the buzzer off the iron into the hands of Prim.
Great defense by Auburn. They've been everywhere, out in passing lanes, making it so difficult for Missouri to get any sort of shot attempt at the rim. Sophie made a great play there to get Jordan Chavis open, but unable to make the three-point shot.
Alexander. This is an important possession for Auburn, trying to keep their momentum going. McKay's been the go-to. Dishes. No good. Loose ball. Still loose. And tracked down by Jordan Chavis.
Excellent play by Chavis. 50-50 ball. The ball's deflected. Might have touched 6 players. Chavis comes up with it.
Missouri trying to bleed some more clock. Cunningham gets a screen from Porter. Alexander stays with her. Chavis drives baseline. There's Porter for a high percentage look. She converts. And the foul.
What a pass by Jordan Chavis. One-handed bounce pass baseline. And a great steal by Sierra Porter to make post positioning happen. She does her footwork. She gets positioning and she finishes for a three-point play. Great pass. Seals. Beats 3 Auburn jerseys, and Sierra Porter finishes through the contact for a three-point play. What a finish.
Completes the three-point play. Came back just before SEC season started. What a difference she has made for Missouri. She's got 12 points and 7 rebounds today. Missouri's lead back to double figures. Alexander for 3. These Auburn Tigers aren't going anywhere.
Quiet the crowd. That is a contested three-point shot.
She was behind the line.
All right, here coming off a pin-down screen. Let's check the right. There's a jab step right there. She's well behind the three-point line. That's going to count. I mean, the Sierra Porter three-point play, their only bucket. That was a tough finish to Auburn. Really imposing their will here late.
So here's the pressure, McKay on Porter. Now Aldridge. They got 3 seconds here and a foul. That's a huge, huge call there.
It's exactly what Missouri had to do. They've been doing too much standing, and for Sophie Cunningham, she's got to go demand the basketball. They can throw the ball in bounds, but it's got to be her making herself available in the middle of that zone pressure to be a release valve to catch, turn, face. She's one of the better ball handlers, passers, and decision makers, and yes, she's a great free throw shooter.
Sophie Cunningham now with 27 points in this ball game and tied for 3rd on Missouri's all-time scoring list. And now she's got it all to herself, passing Julie Helm. Missouri's lead back to 10. McKay has helped spark this comeback. Can't get it to go. Thompson the offensive board and fouled on the putback attempt.
Auburn has run the same set the last 3 possessions. They're running a down, pin down screen, getting a guard open for dribble penetration. See right here off the dribble drive, the attack. Great job by Sierra Porter coming to get the help side block. But a terrific job by Unique Thompson to stay in the play, get the offensive rebound. Got to convert at the free throw line.
Only 4 points today, just 6 field goal attempts. And now 0 for 1 at the line. Trying to make it a 3-possession game with just 1:08 to play. Loose ball. Missouri tracks it down. The trap is still coming for Mizzou, though. McKay all over Roundtree. And a 10-second call.
Yeah, 10-second call. I'd like to see Missouri maybe use a timeout there. Jordan Roundtree, too. Back on her heels with that pressure. Auburn is suffocating Missouri. Knowing they were looking at was any unsportsmanlike conduct. There wasn't that pass for unsportsmanlike to the play. Stands. No additional call to be had.
Auburn's got to have points here. Driving is McKay. Can't get it to go. Loose ball on the floor. Aldridge has it for Missouri. And a jump ball is called. It'll stay with Auburn. Missouri was trying to call timeout, but the call from the baseline official was a jump ball. And the possession arrow with Coach Flo's Auburn Tigers. So they keep it with 50 seconds now.
And if you're Auburn, you got to go quick. Got to get something going to the rim. McKay right there at the top of the circle, right at the nail at the free throw line. Look for her to get something going to the rim. Missouri's got to be aware of lobs as well. I think Robin Pinchin's wanting to know about the shot clock as well.
They reset it, 30 seconds, and in need of points here as the Missour Arena crowd comes to life. Big crowd on a Sunday afternoon. McKay, as Auburn needs to go quicker than this, don't they? No good from the corner by Alexander. Auburn had it for a moment, out of bounds, and to Missouri with 38 seconds left. So a lot of time came off the clock for Auburn not to score any points there.
Yeah, and right there you had 50 seconds on the clock. Auburn tries to run a design elevator door screen to the baseline to get a three-point shot. I still think you have plenty of time to go to the rim. Right there, Auburn decides to go for a three-point shot. They put up an air ball. Great job by Sophie Cunningham coming from the weak side of the 2-3 zone to cause that loose ball. Missouri gets the ball.
But here comes the havoc from Auburn defensively. Cunningham gets it into Smith and gets it back. And now Auburn's got a foul. And the foul there by Erica Sanders. That'll send Cunningham to the line.
You want your best player, that's the smartest player probably on the floor, taking the basketball. And possibly a flop action there. Front court. Sophie Cunningham goes to the free throw line. Chance to go for 30 points. Already is now third for Missouri all time in scoring. What an afternoon she's had.
29. And she moves up the list.
What a career she has had. And again, smart play for her to take the ball out of bounds and then go get the basketball to go to the free throw line.
Said she's got to average 23 the rest of the way to chase down number one. She's got 30.
Well, she had 21.
4 rebounds. And her 42nd game in her career of 20 or more points. Driving is McKay, no good. Thompson the rebound and the putback. Just 25 seconds now. It would take a minor miracle. And this building's already seen one this weekend.
And that did not look good with Sierra Porter. Man, she hobbling off the dribble attack. It was really the play for a reason.
Cunningham to inbound right in front of her own bench. Gets it into Smith. That was touched by Prim, so no over and back on Missouri. And the Tigers of Mizzou, it looks like, will be able to just bleed the clock. No, a foul. We'll send Amber Smith to the free throw line. How about Amber Smith in the second half? 13 points here total for the game, as she really took over in the third quarter when Auburn was keying on Cunningham.
Yeah, she had 8 points in the third quarter. It was really the start of that third quarter. Did a nice job of attacking, spinning, using her left hand, hit a three-point shot. So she did a lot of things to impact winning in that third quarter. Again, this is Amber Smith coming off a game when she didn't have a bucket or a point at Kentucky. So again, staying confident, big key for her as she continues down the stretch the rest of the year. Partner Amber Smith right there. It's something young players can look at. Amber Smith misses that free throw. Why does she miss that? She doesn't stay at the free throw line. Right when she released the ball, she's fading back under her heels. She's not confident. Got to stay confident when you get to that line. Stay there at the free throw and hold your follow through. Nothing but the bottom of the cup.
14 for Smith. Missouri led by as many as 29. Auburn trimmed it to 8 at one point, but just ran out of time. McKay will finish with 23, but it's Missouri who will finish this wild one in Como with the win.
Great win for Missouri. Credit Auburn. Fought their way back, had a tough first quarter. Did a great job in the second and third quarter, but it's Missouri that bounces back, wins on their home floor after a 2-game losing streak.
19 assists.